JBN, we keep you informed. Practical nurse murdered in Mandeville. A 58-year-old practical nurse died in hospital Monday after being stabbed during an early morning robbery attempt as she walked to work in Mandeville. Police have identified the victim as Audrey Brown of Bronte Christiana in northern Manchester. Police say a suspect is now in custody and they are in search of a second man. Reports are that Brown was walking to work on Villa Road at 4:30 a.m. when two men tried to rob her of her handbag. She resisted and was stabbed. She died while being treated at hospital. Four women among five held for AK-47 rifle and ammo found in garbage bag. 5 persons, including 4 females, were arrested following the discovery and seizure of a firearm and several rounds of ammunition. The seizure was made after a police military operation on Donny Corner in Salt Spring, St. James on Monday, August 19. Reports from the Montego Bay Police are that about 5:30 a.m. a premises was searched and an AK-47 assault rifle along with 15 7.6 rounds of ammunition were found in a garbage bag in the backyard. The 5 persons were subsequently arrested. Their identities are being withheld pending further investigations by the police. Retired police inspector charged with wife's stabbing death. The police have charged 62-year-old retired police inspector Padden Manning with the stabbing death of his 65-year-old wife. Manning was charged on Tuesday by the Portmore CIB, and the documents are being prepared for him to go to court sometime between this weekend to Tuesday of next week. A representative from the Constabulary Communications Unit, the information arm of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, said Pamela Manning was fatally stabbed allegedly by her husband during a dispute between the couple last Saturday in the Cumberland community in Portmore, St. Catherine. Padden Manning had been arrested earlier this week while the Portmore CIB investigated the incident. The retired police inspector and his wife shared a Porterdale Avenue, Cumberland address. 33 guns, 9 top-flight gangsters held under Western SOE. In just over 3 months, since the state of emergency SOE was declared in Hanover, Westmoreland, and St. James, the security forces have seized 33 illegal firearms and more than 3,700 rounds of ammunition. 9 alleged top-flight gangsters have also been reportedly arrested. St. James, the only Western parish which has not seen a reduction in murders so far this year, tops the list in the seizure of guns and ammunition and arrests. A total of 22 firearms, inclusive of several rifles, and 3,681 rounds of assorted ammunition have been seized in the parish. 4 persons have also been arrested and charged for various offences. At the start of the year, Superintendent Vernon Ellis, the police commander for St. James, declared that he was pushing to have murders fall below 100 for the first time since 2006. However, with just over 4 months to go and more than 80 killed so far this year, it seems a tall order. We had a spike in murders between the ending of the first SOE in late January and the declaration of the latest SOE in April, but we remain undaunted, said Ellis. We are enjoying much success in the area of social intervention in places like Salt Spring, where we're doing a feeding program at the school and recently had a very successful summer camp. Westmoreland, which led the region in murders last year, has seen a major reduction in homicides and shootings this year. So far, under the SOE, the security forces have seized 9 firearms, 34 rounds of ammunition, and arrested 5 alleged top-flight gangsters in Westmoreland. Towns like Betheltown and Savlamar are now experiencing calm for the first time in over a year. Hanover, which was transformed from being one of the nation's most peaceful parishes to one of the most violent in under a decade, has seen a 50% decrease in murders over last year. Since the imposition of the SOE, the police have seized 2 illegal firearms and 3 rounds of ammunition. Drought affecting NWC systems in St. Ann, Portland, and St. Mary. The National Water Commission (NWC) is reporting that 29 of its water supply systems in St. Ann, Portland, and St. Mary continue to be affected by the ongoing drought, despite intermittent rainfall in some areas. The NWC says 13 systems in St. Ann recorded declining levels and are currently operating between 9 and 50%, with both the Dawsontown and Content pump stations being taken out of service due to the unavailability of water. While Portland and St. Mary recorded 9 and 7 systems respectively being affected, with the Derry Hazard, Fellowship Hall, and Huntstown facilities without water. The NWC says with some sources having completely dried up, it has proved challenging for the water supply company to effectively service its customers in these parishes. The agency has indicated that already several mitigation measures have been implemented. These include supply regulation, pressure management, storage building, and trucking. However, the public is being advised to brace for further disruptions in their service. The NWC is reminding customers to take the necessary steps to put in place adequate storage and to use water wisely when supplied through the pipes. 758 traffic cameras installed island-wide. Hundreds of cameras have been installed across the island by the government in keeping with the proposed electronic surveillance system to help reduce traffic violations. According to Minister of Transport and Mining Robert Montague, Cabinet has passed the framework and approximately 490 traffic cameras have been installed across Kingston, 80 in Ochariah St. Anne, 120 in Montego Bay St. James, 38 in Maple Clarendon, and 30 in Mandeville, Manchester. These state-of-the-art systems have a license plate reading technology which are geared towards recording vehicles involved in traffic offences. In a ministry paper tabled in Parliament last month, Cabinet explained that under the proposed system, unmanned electronic devices will be used to capture violations. Owners or drivers of a motor vehicle at the time of the infraction will be sanctioned in keeping with the Road Traffic Act and regulations. Cabinet further indicated that the system will also assist in the execution of the enforcement and legislation components of the National Road Safety Council. Speaking at Grinnell's Driving School's 20th anniversary dinner held at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel in New Kingston on Friday, Montague said this will assist with identifying traffic violators and those who violate rules that are in keeping with the new Road Traffic Act. I am happy that the new Road Traffic Act will be coming into force soon, he said. Meanwhile, with 84 persons losing their lives in motorcycle crashes to date, accounting for a higher percentage of total fatalities in recent years, Montague said the government is working on new rules for motorcycle operators and pillion passengers, especially those riders who are not licensed. In training to ride bikes, because it is now the popular thing, the new Road Traffic Act requires that you have to be at a registered school to learn to ride, Montague noted. He added that persons selling bikes will be required to sell the safety equipment with them, because too many persons believe it is a wonderful thing to be on the back of a bike without a helmet. PATH students received back-to-school grants. 13 students received back-to-school grant checks from the Ministry of Labour and Security at a press conference Friday at the ministry's head office in Kingston. The students are among 162,654 children on the Program of Advancement through Health and Education PATH, who will benefit from the financial assistance, with each student set to receive $3,500 during the month of August. At the press conference, Labour Minister Shahine Robinson stressed that the ministry had a mandate to assist the needy and was committed to enabling every child an opportunity to stay in school and benefit from the educational system instead of falling through the cracks. At the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, we like to say we take care of people from the womb to the tomb, and we understand that if we want a better future for Jamaica, we must invest in our children. And that is why it is so important that we're making an investment in the children of Jamaica to send them to school every day, Robinson said. Impress upon the children, and especially children coming from poor families, that the only way to escape poverty is through education. Once you're educated, you can't be poor. As part of its efforts to improve the social safety net programs and to increase the level of support provided to poor families, the Ministry of Labour and Social Security in September 2018 introduced the back-to-school grant for PATH beneficiaries. This benefit is payable to all registered PATH students attending primary and secondary schools island-wide. With all the challenges of back to school, I think PATH is doing a great job. We listened and we have heard the cries for this kind of assistance, and so last year we decided to make this back-to-school payment an annual initiative, Robinson said. As a representative of the people, I know the challenges that the parents face with these enormous book lists, and every year they get more expensive. So any little help is considered a big step to ensuring that our PATH beneficiaries are getting the optimum benefits within the program in order to eradicate the cycle of generational poverty among the nation's families. The total amount that will be disbursed in the Back to School initiative is $569.3 million. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.